Deep within the vast Ngorongoro crater, one of Africa's most extraordinary natural sanctuaries, the struggle for life unfolds with every rising sun. In this immense volcanic basin, rich in wildlife and framed by towering walls, every creature is a fighter, constantly pushing against the limits of survival. But in Ngorongoro, survival does not follow predictable patterns. The strongest does not always prevail, and the hunted is not always the weakest. Strategy can overpower strength, courage can conquer fear, and a single moment can flip the balance between life and death. Here, predators and prey move through a delicate web of danger, opportunity, and instinct, where no outcome is ever certain. Ngorongoro stands as a living arena where nature reveals both its brutality and its astonishing perfection. Welcome to a world where every confrontation matters and where every heartbeat tells a story of resilience, instinct, and the fierce will to survive. More than 2 million years ago, a colossal volcanic eruption flattened this region, forming one of the largest calderas on Earth. Yet from the devastation, nature slowly returned, transforming Ngorongoro into a thriving sanctuary where countless animals now find shelter and life. Today, the crater is a grand arena of constant struggle. Apex predators, lions, leopards, and hyenas clash with formidable opponents such as buffalo and zebra. But it isn't only the great mammals that make this place remarkable. Lake Magadi, with its alkaline waters, becomes a haven for flamingos, turning the horizon pink as they take flight. Vultures scour the landscape for carrion, maintaining ecological balance, while dung beetles tirelessly shape the soil, keeping the grasslands healthy and green. Across the sweeping plains of the Ngorongoro crater, a formidable kingdom holds sway. No rival dares challenge its rulers, the lions. Yet behind their regal presence lies a world forged from violence, extraordinary hunting skill, and relentless tests of endurance. Lions do not govern the savannah alone. Far from solitary, they live in pride's intricate social units refined over millennia. A typical pride includes 3 to 15 lionesses, the primary hunters, along with one or several dominant males who defend their territory. The lionesses form the pride's core, serving not only as hunters, but as dedicated caregivers. When a cub is born, every member helps guard and raise it. But survival on the savannah is harsh. Nearly half of all cubs never reach adulthood. They must master the skills of hunting, fighting, and staying alive. At the heart of the pride stands the dominant male, a creature defined by both strength and savagery. He seldom hunts, yet he will battle fiercely sometimes to the death to protect his pride. Roaming males, exiles in search of power, are always waiting for an opportunity to challenge him. When a newcomer seizes control, he kills all cubs that are not his own, a brutal strategy, but one that ensures his lineage prevails. Lions are neither the fastest nor the most powerful hunters on the plains. They lack the blazing speed of cheetahs and the relentless stamina of African wild dogs. Yet they hold an advantage no other predator can match: flawless teamwork. A lion hunt is far more than a chase. It is a carefully coordinated tactical maneuver. Once prey is sighted, the pride silently fans out into formation. One lion creates confusion by drawing the prey's attention. Another circles from the flank, and the final ambush comes from behind, swift, lethal, and exact. Still, even the best planned hunt can fail. A single kick from an antelope can leave a lion badly injured. and a furious buffalo can hurl an attacker skyward with its deadly horns. At times, a lion pays with its life for the chance to eat. Male lions seldom participate in hunts, but when they do, the display of power is staggering. A single male can bring down a full-grown buffalo, though the risks are immense. Every leap, every bite is a wager between starvation and survival. The savannah is more than a landscape of predators and prey. It is a battleground of ceaseless conflict. One of the most intense rivalries is the war between lions and buffalo. Buffaloes are far from easy targets. When threatened, the herd forms a defensive ring, with strong adults shielding their calves in the center. And when they charge, the fight becomes brutal. One misstep can send a lion crashing to the ground under a rampaging buffalo. Yet the lion's most dangerous adversary is not the buffalo, it is the hyena. Crafty, fearless, and highly intelligent, hyenas are strategic fighters always searching for an opening. A large clan can snatch a lion's kill, or even overwhelm a lone lion that loses focus. The feud between lions and hyenas has persisted for ages, fueled not only by hunger, but by dominance. A powerful male lion can kill a hyena with a single crushing bite. But when outnumbered, even the king of the savannah must retreat. No throne in the wild is permanent. Every male lion understands his rule is short-lived. As age dulls his strength, wandering nomads begin watching his pride, waiting for their chance. When a challenger arrives, combat is inevitable. If the reigning male falls, he is forced out, sometimes fatally, and the new victor claims the pride. Cubs unrelated to the new leader are killed, clearing the path for his own lineage. It is nature at its most unforgiving. Only the strongest endure. Amid the towering cliffs and sweeping grasslands of the Ngorongoro crater, mighty predators such as lions and hyenas continue their never-ending struggle for supremacy. There is another kind of hunter in Ngorongoro, the leopard, a master of secrecy and explosive strikes. It is the most elusive of all the crater's big cats. Unlike lions, it does not display its strength openly, and unlike hyenas, it relies on no pack. It is a silent killer, a shadow slipping through forests, grasslands, and rocky cliffs. Its golden coat, patterned with dark rosettes, allows it to vanish perfectly into thickets, tree shade, and rugged stone. What truly sets the leopard apart is its extraordinary adaptability. While many predators depend on specific habitats, the leopard can flourish almost anywhere: open plains, dense jungles, or harsh semi-deserts. Yet, wherever it lives, it stays hidden, secretive, and nearly invisible unless it chooses the exact moment to reveal itself. In the unforgiving wilderness, every creature has evolved its own strategy for survival. Lions depend on muscle and cooperation. Cheetahs rely on unmatched acceleration across open ground. The leopard, however, survives through a flawless combination of stealth, patience, and sudden ambush. A leopard never rushes the hunt. From the shadows, it observes, silent, focused, and impossibly patient. It may follow its target for hours, analyzing every step and waiting for the decisive instant. When the moment comes, the leopard dissolves into the darkness, moving like a whisper through the terrain, inch by inch, It creeps forward, unseen and unheard. There is no reckless charge, only a precise approach until escape is impossible. Then, in a blur of motion, it strikes. The attack is instantaneous. With tremendous strength, it seizes its prey by the throat, ending the chase in seconds. But the hunt is only half the battle. On the open ground of Ngorongoro, no kill is safe. Lions, hyenas, and other scavengers are constantly searching for an easy meal. This is why the leopard holds a unique advantage: raw power with astonishing strength. It can haul its prey high into a tree, well out of reach of any rival. Even antelope twice its weight can be lifted effortlessly. This is the art of survival for a solitary predator. Yet even the finest hunters face danger. In this relentless ecosystem, no creature is invincible. Despite its skill, the leopard must remain constantly alert. Lions, backed by overwhelming strength and the support of their prides, are its greatest threat. One blow from a male lion can end its life. Hyenas, persistent and numerous, never miss a chance to steal a meal. Even cheetahs, though smaller, compete fiercely for food and territory. Still, the leopard is rarely caught. When chased, it does not attempt to fight it, simply vanishes. With incredible agility, it can climb a tree in seconds, slipping out of reach before its pursuers arrive. If trapped, it melts into the shadows, waiting for the right moment to escape. In the wild, strength is not the only path to survival. Sometimes, disappearance is the ultimate defense. Unlike lions, the leopard seeks no attention. Unlike hyenas, it desires no dominance. It is a solitary ruler, an unseen hunter of the night. All it needs is a patch of thick vegetation, a sturdy branch, and the cover of darkness, and from there, it reigns in silence. When most people picture hyenas, they imagine scavengers trailing behind lions, hoping for scraps. But that image reveals only a fraction of the truth. In reality, hyenas are among the most capable and efficient hunters in the entire savannah. They don't depend on luck, they rely on strategy, coordination, and remarkable persistence. Their hunting success rate can reach nearly 60%, surpassing even that of lions. Beneath their awkward gait lies a sophisticated social system, sharp intelligence, and survival tactics refined over thousands of years. Hyenas do not live solitary lives. Their strength comes from the clan. This isn't a chaotic mob, it is a structured society dominated by a powerful matriarch. In hyena culture, males have little influence. Females are larger, stronger, more assertive, and make all major decisions for the group. Under the leadership of the dominant female, the clan moves like a well-trained combat unit, organized, determined, and ruthlessly efficient. A hyena hunt begins with subtle cues that only clan members can interpret. Unlike lions, which depend on silence and surprise, hyenas do not hide their presence. Their confidence comes from unity and superior tactics. When one hyena spots prey, it doesn't rush in. Instead, it releases a series of short calls to summon the clan. Within moments, the group fans out, cutting off every possible escape path. An aging buffalo with heavy horns and weary eyes senses danger and tries to retreat toward the herd, but it is already too late. Dark shapes close in behind it. This is the moment the clan has been building toward. But if hunting is an art, then stealing is a skill hyenas have perfected. In the Ngorongoro grasslands, where food determines survival, the advantage does not always belong to the strongest hunter. lions may win with brute strength, leopards with stealth, but hyenas excel through persistence and numbers. A lion, exhausted from a long chase, finally brings down its prey and claims its prize. Yet peace never lasts long on the savannah. High-pitched laughter echoes across the plains. Soft, deliberate footsteps draw closer. The hyenas have caught the scent. They don't attack recklessly. Instead, they form a ring around the lion, tightening the trap little by little. One steps forward, growling in challenge, another circles to the flank. The lion snarls and holds its ground, but with every passing moment, more hyenas join, shrinking its space and shifting the balance. Hyenas don't need to overpower the lion, they simply need to wait. Eventually, the lion understands that keeping the carcass might cost its life. With a final unwilling retreat, it backs away, leaving the kill behind. In the end, the most persistent thieves of the savannah feast, proving again that in Ngorongoro, survival belongs not only to the strongest, but to those who refuse to give up. Hyenas are far more than simple scavengers in the food chain. They are neither weak nor timid. They are disciplined fighters, sharp-minded predators, and fearless opportunists who know how to exploit every opening in their harsh environment. On this unforgiving savannah, where the vulnerable cannot survive. Hyenas do more than endure, they excel and dominate in their own fierce and remarkable way. Across the sweeping grasslands of the Ngorongoro crater, where strength often dictates survival lives, a predator that does not depend on size or brute force. Instead, it thrives on unity, speed, and flawless coordination. These are the African wild dogs, formidable hunters whose success rate can reach an astonishing 80%, the highest of any predator on the savannah. In a world where every hunt determines life or death, their presence is never to be underestimated. Unlike the dominant rulers of the plains, African wild dogs lack the muscular frame of lions or the raw might of hyenas. What sets them apart is their slim, athletic build, designed for endurance. They can run mile after mile without tiring, allowing them to pursue prey longer than almost any other animal. Their mottled coats, patterns of brown, black, and white provide natural camouflage within the tall grasses. But their true strength lies not in their bodies, but in their remarkable social unity. African wild dogs live in tightly knit packs, far more organized than most predators. A dominant pair, the alpha male and female, leads the group, guiding decisions on movement, hunting, and survival. Every member plays a specific role, from elite chasers to caretakers who look after the pups and injured members. Even those unable to hunt are never left behind. The pack feeds and protects them until they regain strength. A wild dog hunt is never a solo pursuit. Each dog contributes to a perfectly timed strategy. Unlike cheetahs, which rely on speed but tire quickly, or lions, which depend on brute strength, wild dogs use a method known as endurance hunting. When a wildebeest or antelope comes into view, the pack springs into action. There is no need for stealth or ambush. They trust their stamina. A few dogs surge forward, applying pressure and forcing the prey to flee. But the chase is far from brief. As the prey runs, it falls deeper into the pack's coordinated trap. Rather than attacking all at once, the dogs rotate their efforts. When one grows tired, another seamlessly takes its place, maintaining constant pressure. The prey cannot rest. It cannot hide. It can only run until exhaustion begins to take over. Panic rises. Its breathing grows shallow. Its legs weaken, and its speed falters. That is when the wild dogs close in. One bites the hind leg, causing the prey to stumble. Another blocks its path. Within moments, the entire pack swarms, bringing the hunt to an end in less than a minute. Yet despite their extraordinary hunting efficiency, African wild dogs are far from invincible. The savannah remains a perilous place. Lions, though they do not view wild dogs as rivals, will attack them on sight, not for food, but to eliminate competition. With no ability to match a lion's strength, the dogs have only one defense: to flee as quickly as they can. Hyenas pose a different threat. While wild dogs excel at capturing prey, they struggle to keep it. If the pack does not eat quickly, hyenas will arrive in overwhelming numbers and seize the kill. The dogs cannot fight back, yet they refuse to surrender easily. They simply eat fast and move on, always alert, always mobile. In this unforgiving wilderness, where power often decides fate, African wild dogs stand out, not because they are the biggest or strongest, but because they are the most united. Through teamwork, intelligence, and remarkable strategy, they have thrived for thousands of years, earning their place as some of the most successful predators on the African savannah. In Ngorongoro, a realm dominated by relentless predators, survival is governed by the unforgiving laws of nature. Yet in this harsh world, one creature refuses to accept the role of prey. It is among the savannah's most formidable fighters, the African buffalo. This beast does not retreat. It does not tremble in the face of danger. Instead, it holds its ground, prepared to battle, and when necessary, to become the very nightmare of even the fiercest hunters. A fully grown African buffalo is anything but ordinary, weighing between 300 and 200 pounds. Built with powerful muscle and sturdy limbs, it can sprint at speeds up to 35 miles per hour. But its true terror lies in its pair of curved, iron-hard horns, lethal weapons capable of ripping through a predator's flesh. Its thick hide adds an extra layer of defense, making it extremely difficult for lions to bring down an adult buffalo. These animals are not fragile victims. They are seasoned warriors of the wild. Buffalo do not wander alone. They travel in herds that can number 200 to 500 individuals, forming a living fortress. This is not a disorderly crowd, but a structured unit where each buffalo has a purpose. Calves and females stay safeguarded at the center, while the strongest and most experienced bulls take positions along the outer ring, ready to confront any predator bold enough to approach. When danger looms, they do not scatter in panic. Instead, they align into a solid defensive front, staring down their enemy with fearless resolve. On the plains of Ngorongoro, battles between buffalo and lions rank among the most dramatic confrontations in nature. Lions, Africa's apex predators, constantly search for a chance to isolate a lone buffalo. But they understand the gamble. One miscalculation could mean death. A buffalo's charge can launch a 440-pound lion high into the air, and a precisely aimed horn to the abdomen can end a lion's life in seconds. Many lions have fallen this way. Ribs shattered, spines broken, skulls crushed. This is why lions rarely hunt buffalo alone. They depend on cooperation, attempting to surround the herd and single out the weak, the old, or the injured. But buffalo are far from easy prey. When one member is attacked, the entire herd may wheel around, thundering back with explosive fury. Their deadly horns and sheer force can scatter even the most experienced lion pride, driving them away in terror. Yet buffalo are more than fighters. They are essential architects of Ngorongoro's ecosystem. As they graze, they trim tall grasses and create pathways for smaller herbivores like gazelles and impalas, helping maintain the balance of the plains. Without them, dense vegetation would quickly take over, displacing countless species. They also maintain a symbiotic relationship with oxpeckers, birds that feed on parasites living on their bodies. As buffalo move, they stir up insects, providing food for many bird species. African buffalo are not typical herbivores. They are battlers, creatures that refuse to yield to predators. When a herd travels, it is not simply in search of fresh pasture. It moves like an army, an unbreakable force that fears no foe. Lions may hunt them, but they will never rule them. In a world where survival is written in blood and only the strongest endure, few animals dare stand against Africa's top hunters. But buffalo do not run. They stand, they fight, and when necessary, they send even the mightiest predators fleeing in terror. This is the legacy of Ngorongoro's undefeated warriors. Across the sweeping grasslands of the Ngorongoro crater, where predators lurk behind every shadow, lives a creature that does not depend on claws or raw power to survive. Instead, it relies on speed, intelligence, and a natural mystery that has fascinated scientists for generations: the zebra. It is one of the most recognizable animals of the African savanna, admired not only for its swift, powerful gait, but also for its iconic black and white stripes, a brilliant adaptation that helps it outwit the continent's most dangerous hunters. For decades, humans have sought to unravel the purpose of these stripes. Are they simply a beautiful pattern, or do they play a crucial role in survival? One long-standing theory suggests camouflage. A single zebra may stand out, but when the herd moves as one, their stripes blend together into a dazzling, shifting pattern. This optical illusion makes it challenging for predators to lock onto a single target. Under the glare of the African sun, hundreds of stripes merge into a confusing blur, disrupting the vision of lions and hyenas and making it far harder to isolate a victim. Recent research has uncovered another remarkable function: temperature regulation. In the blistering heat, the white stripes deflect sunlight, while the black stripes absorb it, creating tiny air currents as the heat differences interact. This natural air conditioning system helps keep zebras cooler than many other grazers, allowing them to endure conditions that quickly exhaust less adapted animals. But perhaps the most astonishing advantage of the zebra's stripes is their ability to deter insects. Blood-feeding flies and disease-carrying mosquitoes, common threats to many savanna species, rarely land on zebras. Scientists believe the stark contrast of the stripes disrupts the insects' landing patterns, giving zebras a vital defense against parasites and infections. Despite these extraordinary adaptations, zebras remain a prime target for Ngorongoro's top predators. Lions, hyenas, and cheetahs all depend on them as an essential food source, and chases across the plains are a common sight. Even so, zebras are far from easy prey. Their greatest defensive asset is their impressive speed and endurance. Capable of reaching 40 miles per hour, they may not outrun a cheetah in a short sprint, but they can maintain their pace far longer, often pushing their attackers to exhaustion. And when escape is not possible, zebras do not surrender quietly. They possess a startlingly powerful weapon, a lethal kick. A perfectly delivered strike from a zebra can break a lion's bones, inflict critical wounds, or force even the boldest predator to retreat. Zebras that witness an attack on a herd member often respond aggressively, making lions think twice before attempting another strike. Their strength does not end with their legs. Zebras have surprisingly forceful jaws. And unlike many herbivores, they can bite hard enough to cause severe damage. A misplaced step by a predator can result in a painful wound and a failed hunt. Still, despite their defenses, zebras cannot always escape the inevitable. When surrounded by coordinated hyenas or cut off from their herd by a lion, their chances of survival plummet. That is why zebras rarely travel alone. They depend on their collective movement, their confusing stripes, and the safety of the group to protect them. Beyond being prey, zebras play an essential ecological role in Ngorongoro. As they graze on long grasses, they clear feeding areas for smaller animals like Thompson's gazelles and wildebeests, maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Their migrations spark the movement of countless other species, forming intricate food chains that would collapse without them. In the end, zebras are far more than mere targets for predators. They are resilient survivors, creatures that rely not on brute strength, but on strategy, speed, and extraordinary natural adaptations. In the untamed world of Ngorongoro, where life and death constantly intertwine, zebras continue to stride boldly across the savannah, their black and white patterns still baffling their enemies and securing their place as one of Africa's most enduring species. In this unforgiving wilderness, every struggle for survival reminds us that no species exists without a purpose. Each animal carries its own mission, a role crafted by nature to keep the delicate balance of life intact. From powerful predators to the most vulnerable prey, all of them are vital links in a chain that has sustained the natural world for thousands of years. Here, in the heart of untamed Africa, we learn that there are no eternal winners and no permanent losers. There is only a timeless cycle where every creature, great or small, keeps the story of the wild alive. And so our journey ends with a final glimpse into the harmony of nature, a harmony forged by all the beings who fight, endure, and continue shaping this extraordinary animal world.